Alright, so we are on to the second color pairing for the GREASEFANG deck. This is the green splash on top of our Orzhov base. And if you haven't seen this deck before, I have done already a deck tech on the Esper version of this. So this is black, white, and blue. And that is generally the most common version of this deck that you'll see played. But here I am trying it with green this time. So the big question is, what do we get out of being in green? And generally what we get is a bit more mill, and we do have a really good card in Assemble the Team, which allows us a bit more flexibility in finding our combo. So to kind of reiterate what this deck does, you have GREASEFANG, the 3 mana 4/3 that brings a vehicle back from the graveyard to the battlefield temporarily and then bounces it to your hand. We're basically trying to get a Parhelion crewed and attacking on the earliest turn possible so that it can make its total of 13 power attack, and 8 of that power will stay on the board even after the Parhelion goes back to your hand. And so in order to get this to happen, we play a bunch of mill spells to get Parhelion into the graveyard. So this is going to be things like Stitcher Supplier, Mire Triton, and now being in green we get Grizzly Salvage. We can also discard it through Seasoned Hollowblade or Bone Shards. And then the second half of this combo is actually getting our GREASEFANG out. Generally, we want this in our opening hand, or we want to mulligan until we have this or a way to get it. And then either we play it from hand, or we reanimate it with a Call of the Death Dweller or Can't Stay Away, or we search for it and then just play it from our hand. So the deck is pretty linear. It's just essentially trying to get to the combo as fast as possible. We do have one portal to Phyrexia in case the game goes long and we need to have a top end, but for the most part, this is not going to be something that comes up very often, if at all. And yeah, really that's it. You've kind of seen pretty much every card described here. The lands are split into the ABZAN colors, and yeah, I think there's really nothing else to do other than get right in there and try to combo. So let's go play some games and see how we do. Okay, so it is round 1, and we have basically all of our mill cards and nothing else, so I think this is a mulligan. This is not very... It's not that much better. Our opponent has taken 2 mulligans, so it looks like they're on some combo as well. This basically is okay in that case, because we have Bone Shards to kill whatever they're doing if it's creature-based. That'll also help us get Parhelion into the grave. And then we also have Can't Stay Away if we get onto the mill plan and need to get GREASEFANG out. I'm going to actually keep this hand, even though I don't think it's very good. Alright, we'll see how low that they would like to go. I am pretty scared about just getting bowled over real quick, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so they keep a 5 card hand. I'm going to also drop my Triumph out. So let's see, they are on Mardu. So what could they be playing? They could be playing some sort of 5-color deck as well. Seeing Mana Confluence does indicate something sketchy. Might be Omnath. 4-color elementals. Oh no, this is just... Oh, no, they're on a similar combo to us. Okay. So I have to keep Bone Shards for their either Parhelion or GREASEFANG. So let's drop out a Plains, get a Seasoned Hollowblade out. That is a bit of damage for us. My deck is not going to play any sort of graveyard hate, so we just have to beat them before they can kill us. So it's not the GREASEFANG this turn, which is good. Fortunately, Bone Shards not being a instant is going to hurt me in the mirror match. This may not be GREASEFANG. This could be some sort of legendary based thing or artifact enchantment based. I think one of the like Triumphant Reckoning. This may be Triumphant Reckoning is what I mean to say. Okay, Stitcher Supplier is pretty good here. Then we also have Bone Shards too. I will start by milling with Stitcher Supplier. We do hit GREASEFANG, so that is actually perfect. We can go ahead and discard Parhelion, shock a Godless Shrine, play Can't Stay Away, targeting GREASEFANG. GREASEFANG enters, we're going to move to combat and bring back Parhelion, activate Parhelion, tapping our GREASEFANG and swinging in. Now we have our board, and it is looking tough for the opponent. They're going to have to kill us on turn 4, which is, you know, very likely. We'll see what happens. And let's see, so we can go ahead and set a stop on their end step so that we can re-discard the Parhelion. So they're going to shock in. They're going to shock in a Faithless Looting. Who knows what they're going to be trying to do here. Their Parhelion doesn't appear like it does what they want it to do. Okay, so I figured that it was going to be a GREASEFANG this turn. They're still dead, I'm pretty sure. I can kill their GREASEFANG. They're going to be able to attack with that thing. I will probably just take the damage. Or, I'm going to... I would have blocked the 2 angels that attacked, and then I would have been able to generate my own 8 power and kill them next turn. Okay, so we actually won the mirror match against the Mardu version of the deck, which, wouldn't you know it, I'm going to be recording right after this, and you will see in a little bit. So yeah, that was round 1. We did good. Let's move on to round 2. We have the GREASEFANG in our opening hand, a Call of the Death Dweller in case we lose it, and we have a mill card. So that is really, really good. Let's keep that hand. And I'll lead on the Triumph. Probably Fabled Passage next turn. Opponent is on some green deck. So now we have assembled the team. So we can Bone Shards. No, we don't want to Bone Shards yet. So we want to assemble the team. Then Bone Shards plus GREASEFANG. That'll mean that we need to do it on turn 4. I'm gonna get my green source here. Unfortunately, I don't want to Bone Shards yet. It kind of would be good to get them off of their ramp. This is, if they're playing the snow-covered forests, probably just big mana playing the snow fight spell. Okay, Werewolf Pack Leader, and wow, okay, we drew what we needed. So, this is going to be Mire Triton. Mire Triton. Okay, can't stay away, plus... Can't, okay. And then we're going to go Bone Shards, discarding Parhelion. Then next turn we kill him with GREASEFANG. Okay, opponent needs to find Graveyard Hate or a flying creature. Gigantosaurus, what a card. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just GREASEFANG now, and we're going to kill him. Activate Parhelion, get GREASEFANG, and we'll go ahead and attack in with just this. And opponent says they're dead. Cool. That was a very quick round 2, and let us move on to round 3. Okay, round 3, we have the Portal, which is not great. We have some mill, and we have discard. This is not really where I want to be. I'm going to mull this one. This does have GREASEFANG and assemble the team, so that is... This is actually pretty good because I'll just wait to see what I need to get with assemble the team, and we'll be okay. Cool. So I will lead on a tap land. Say go. Next turn a forest, and then we can assemble the team. Okay, so just another land here, so maybe I don't want to assemble the team just yet. I do need to figure out if I need to discard the Parhelion or try to mill it. So let's go ahead and not bother with assemble the team just yet. Is that really what I want to be doing? I'm going to wait for my next draw step. I could aggressively try to choose either a discard spell or grab the Parhelion with assemble the team, but I'm just facing white weenies, so I think I'm okay. Grizzly Salvage, okay, this is good. We can get a milling creature with this, hopefully. Okay, Seasoned Hollowblade will be good. I would rather do this because this means that I can assemble the team for my Parhelion and then discard it with Seasoned Hollowblade. We'll go ahead and crank out the Fabled Passage so that we can thin the deck. I am going to be taking probably a green land here. We're going to get a second green, which is a... not totally ideal, but it's fine. Okay, so we're going to have 4 mana here. That means we can Season Hollowblade and assemble the team. So I will, yep, going to go assemble the team first, find Parhelion, hopefully. Cool, got the Parhelion. Cast Season Hollowblade, then on their end step we'll be discarding Parhelion. Now unfortunately they do have Healer's Hawk as a blocker. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue though. Let them move in. So they don't attack with Soul Warden, that's good. We'll see if they let me move to my turn. I'm going to go ahead and discard Parhelion. Move to my turn. There's the portal for later in the game. I'm going to go ahead and play Plains. Here is GREASEFANG. Okay, we're going to move to combat and trigger GREASEFANG. They do have some instant speed interaction, it looks like. That's potentially an issue. Sure, so we lose our GREASEFANG for now. That's okay. I think if this is the case, I'm going to go ahead and just move in with Hollowblade. Okay, start to chip away at their life a little bit. I have 6 mana next turn, so I think the plan is going to be to just slowly move up the chain towards Portal, and then if we need to do some sort of thing where we are trying to combo, then so be it. Okay, Giant Killer is kind of annoying. That will be able to keep the Parhelion in check, sort of. It actually will be able to. Okay, so Portal coming out will be unexpected to my opponent, most likely. The idea is that we're going to be able to get there, and actually we can just go ahead and get another GREASEFANG. Oh, maybe we can't. But I can still get a Call of the Death Dweller. Now the question is, should I just do a Can't Stay Away or Call? I think I want to do the Call since I only have 1 GREASEFANG in the graveyard so far. So I will get Call of the Death Dweller. Go ahead and take this. We're going to take GREASEFANG, submit 1, do its counters. Now we do get to move to combat, that is. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and activate this using GREASEFANG and move in. The question is, do I want to attack with both things? And the answer is yes, I do. Let's see if they block. Opponent does gain a bunch of life, so that is kind of notable. Healer's Hawk is too big now. Opponent does take a bunch of damage right now, though. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. We're back down to around 20. And then we'll go ahead and get our Parhelion back into hand. And I have the extra land in hand anyway. So now I think we're just going to try to slow down the game until we can get a Portal to Phyrexia out and wipe our opponent's board. Looks like they're going to try to remove our creatures. The Giant Killer is kind of an interesting inclusion in their deck. They're definitely all about the 1-mana creatures. I am wondering what other cards they're going to be synergizing with. I mean, clearly Cleric's class, maybe a Heliod comes out. That may just be their entire game plan. ECD to take out GREASEFANG. Okay. Sure. Now we have to find another GREASEFANG. Opponent starts to lifelink a bunch now. That is pretty annoying. We do not need a Parhelion right now. I suppose I'll just go ahead and Stitcher Supplier. Start to get that going. The opponent gaining life is pretty annoying. We do have to watch out for whatever is happening with Elspeth Conqueror's Death when it hits 3. They do have like some mill creatures that they can take out of my graveyard. I think I'm probably just going ahead and playing this on, let's do it on black. And yeah, I think I'm just in past the turn mode right now. Portal of Phyrexia costing 11 right now is kind of brutal. So the opponent appears to be offering a trade here. I'm going to try to double block, see what happens. I'd like to protect my life total, and I would like to kill Healer's Hawk. Seems like they're going to just have a combat trick, but I guess I'm just okay with taking that damage. Now, if they were just doing that as a bluff, then that's pretty good for me. Okay, so they're using Scophos to remove this from combat. Interesting. I mean, I guess that's a thing you can do. Okay, so now that I know that that's their plan, we just need to get our Portal to Phyrexia Parhelions out as soon as possible. So I could actually play Parhelion next turn if I get another land. I need to just attack with Stitcher Supplier. I mean, they're not going to block it. But, I mean... yeah. Okay. So ECD doesn't get to hit anything, which is convenient. If they had blocked, they would have been able to do something about that. Now, I have 7 total mana. I'm getting really close. Graveyard has what in it right now? Do I have anything? Nothing of note. They're going to make this Voice of the Blessed really big, and that might be enough to kill me, honestly. I do not think I want to take 7 damage here. Or maybe I do. It's already half my life total, so it doesn't really matter if I do it now or later. I guess I'd rather do it now. It sets up better blocks. Okay. Oh, plus I need it to crew Parhelion. Okay, now they actually just have lethal in the air. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, so I was 1 mana away from getting Parhelion, 2 away from getting Portal out. All I can do is play this, and I guess I can just show my opponent what I had. Go ahead and discard the Parhelion that they know about, and then they can see that I had... Actually, I just won't even show them. Nah, I'll be nice. I'll show them what was in my hand. Okay, so we can go ahead and concede from this point. They'll have us in the air. Kind of came close there. The opponent had the removal right when they needed it, and they had that cool Scophos and Giant Killer tech to make me not able to block very efficiently. So kind of a cool deck there by my opponent. That was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. Round 4, and we have everything that we need. Just need a way to discard the Parhelion. We can also just end up getting that through assemble the team or through some other means. So yeah, this is a good hand. I'll keep this one. We'll lead on a Stitcher Supplier off the bat. Okay, another pathway, so we're going to start this one on black, get Stitcher Supplier in. There is the Parhelion, so we are good to go in turn 3. Okay, we do have the green mana for Assemble the Team, though I don't really know what I would get. Suppose I could get some discard focus item. If I need to get a reanimation spell for like GREASEFANG or something, maybe I'll want to do that instead. So I'll just move ahead and attack. And then we just need to play around any of our opponent's removal. So they see that something's happening reanimation-wise in our graveyard. Looks like... So, okay, what could they have here? They could definitely have Spell Pierce. If they have Spell Pierce, how sad am I? Pretty sad. Okay, they didn't have Spell Pierce. Parhelion on GREASEFANG. Swing, make all my stuff. And opponent is looking pretty dead next turn. And then we have essentially backup for all of this after the fact. So they can play a board wipe here. We can just... Okay, authority doesn't matter. And yeah, they would have needed a board wipe right there. Guess they didn't have their Supreme Verdict. Okay, real quick game. That was round 4. We have one more round to go. Let's go ahead and play it. Alright, final round here. And we have the GREASEFANG start. We do have Assemble the Team that can either find us a white mana source or get us the discard component. Or, sorry, no, it'll get us the Parhelion to go with our discard component. Seems like a good hand. That's one I'm happy to keep on a full hand. So we're going to start with a tapped land and Mire Triton on turn 2. Do need to get a land here in one of the next few draws. Okay, so we can go ahead and Mire Triton. Next turn, it might just be correct to assemble the team for a land and get a Stitcher Supplier out. We didn't get what we needed. Okay. So opponent is on possibly some... Okay, it's mill. Oh, that's perfect. They just milled our things for us. Okay, so the problem is we did not get our land, so we're going to have to assemble the team for a white source. Perfect. And unfortunately can't Stitcher Supplier, but that's not really something that matters. Opponent probably knows what we're on now. If they have a way to stop us, then they're going to do that. We already have 3 Parhelions milled. If this is an Ashiok, I would be really sad. It's not. So yeah, let's go ahead and just shock this in just to pay around anything that costs us 1. Here is GREASEFANG. I don't need Stitcher Supplier to be in there. They could unsummon GREASEFANG. Yeah, that looks like the play. Oh, they're going to phase it out. Interesting. Okay, sure. So I'll get GREASEFANG back on my turn. Wow, and they don't have a way to deal with GREASEFANG. Cool. Well, looks like we just kind of won that one by them not having any answers for us. Okay, so that was kind of a quick video. Thank you guys for watching. That was the ABZAN take on Orzhov GREASEFANG. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. It is truly a cool feeling deck to play on Arena. In general, if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do drop a like and or subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. And I will be looking forward to recording the final iteration of this this series, which is going to be the Mardu GREASEFANG, the deck that you saw me play against in round 2, I believe. So do look out for that in the future, probably in about a week or so from the time you're viewing this video. And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And that is it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Have a good day. Bye-bye.